Welcome back to another episode of In the 1-1. I'm your host, Aaron Macey. I'm here with my man, Tommy Forward.
How are you, mate?
Mate, Golden Slipper Day. What a day of racing.
It's come around quick. Cannot wait. 5 Group 1.
Let's go back a week. We were both, I think when we agree on a horse, our strike rate seems to be pretty good. Belich, how do you pronounce it?
Delishi, I think.
Delishi Boulevard. What a walkathon.
Yeah. They just dropped the anchor, didn't they? There was no speed in the race at all, and you couldn't get enough on Lazura probably. It sort of...
Oh, maybe. For the in-play punters, they would have been very excited.
Yeah. I mean, times came out. Delishi flew home, like rocket up its ass.
Which is funny. Look, if you watch the race, I think to the eye, it doesn't look like it built, but it doesn't look like it flew home. It's and that's amazing. That's why I guess times are so important, and looking at the data is so good because the eye can be... Looking at it sometimes can be misleading.
Yeah, because it came home with another horse. Can't remember its name, but they both came home in sub-30. So when they're going side by side, you're like, oh, they're kind of just working home. But
no, they were moving.
Yeah, they were going quick.
They were going quick. Luckily, though, Eagles Nest got up. God, it was crunch late.
Yeah. I don't know what they saw. What you saw, I guess, Mason. They went 12s into 550.
Well, the trial was so good, and I think last week, and we'll get to that late. It'll be the last race that we talk about, but I gave the early selection of, I said, Briasa. I want to be on it wherever it goes, unless it's a super hard Group 1, and they've put it in a super hard Group 1. But we'll get there in a sec. Oh, well, we move on.
Yep.
We've got good weather.
Yeah, cracking weather. Rails out 3.
Yes.
They wanted to get off the fence quickly last week, didn't they? They were straight off the fence. But, dry ground should be firm and fast, and I think the best horses should get their chance as long as they don't get too far back. But, those sort of lanes 5 to 8 off the fence will be ideal, I think. Leaders will get their chance. Midfield.
I think the leaders will definitely get their chance, especially and it'll be even easier for them to find that fast part of the track.
Yep.
And especially maybe early in the day, it might be a little bit fair, but I think it could later in the day, it could play quite fast.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So it's definitely, I think it's definitely going to be something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I think backing the best horses it's fine this weekend. I don't think you need to find a lot of track pattern bets and stuff like that. I think if you're keen on one, and I think if you think it's the best horse in the race, then I think you can bet with confidence.
All right, so we're going to do the Group 1. We go straight to race 5.
Yep.
We've got Via Sistina, a ripping $1.40.
Unreal.
Looks extremely interesting as we've got Full Count Felicia. I can't find a jump out or anything, which I find highly frustrating. It's got some very interesting American forms. Comes out of ran third in the Breeders' Cup. But if you go back to the start prior over the 2000, it beat the eventual Breeders' Cup winner by 3.5 lengths.
Yeah.
So from a overseas rating, not that I'm your overseas specialist, from all reports, it's like that's high quality overseas form.
Yeah, definitely. Fascinating race. I was the same as you. I couldn't find any jump outs. Full Count Felicia, and then William Haggis is bringing his Queen Elizabeth horse over. Alma here. Yeah, very very interesting. I thought they'd go up short just to be safe with Via Sistina, but I can't take $1.40. This isn't its grand final. The Queen Elizabeth is. It could just win this, but I can't suggest any value at $1.40, especially when you've got unknowns with Full Count Felicia and Alma here. There's no sort of data profiles to go off in Australia. Leave me out of it.
Things I will be saying for the race. Toppy can't win. 2 can't win.
Don't think 3 can win. I thought it was very plain last week.
Lindemann I don't think can win. I'll be very surprised if it was to be the home. Golden Path cannot win.
Yep.
Via Sistina, my comments of Via Sistina last start, luckily it did win because I said if it was to get beat, you can just triple your bet next start. When she gets to 2000, she's a very, very good 2,000-metre horse. She's won the Cox Play by, what was it, 9 lengths or something?
Yeah, something silly like that.
She's going to be getting very close to peak fitness. Queen Elizabeth horse. That's where they go next start.
Yeah, Queen Elizabeth.
This is the lead up. I had the horse. Mate, William Haggis, the guy's a freak. The other thing is, I look at it's funny though, because you look and it's kind of got like, it looks more of a Group 3, Group 2 horse.
I know, right? Like he brings them over with these like decent English form, but
Like
not
sometimes
outstanding.
like I wouldn't say it's top class. It doesn't look to me, not
And
that
then they come here and they grow a leg and they win by 2, and
yeah, it's a tricky one. I think late mail could definitely tell the tale.
Yep.
In saying that, for all those people that love having these like 500 leg multis and stuff, I'd be a little bit careful, especially putting in it at $1.40. I'd be waiting late if you want to put it in your later multis.
100%.
I'd be just watching, and I'm very interested to see what the full count Felicia looks like. I want to see how it parades. I want to see if there's any money for it. And I think the late money will tell the tale. If she's rock solid at $1.40, she'll be winning. And yeah, I just want to, but as we know, she's a top class animal. Very keen to see the other two.
Agree.
Let's move along. A lot of punters, broadsiding, got knocked off last start. It was amazing. So I think the O'Shea, there was a lot of mail around the start prior that the O'Shea camp was very confident of Linebacker's chances. They rode him cold. I don't know if it was by choice or if how he ended up there, but he's not a horse you ride cold. He likes to get on pace. He likes to be tough. He was ridden that way last start. I don't know if his broadsiding was just a little bit flat, maybe second up.
I don't know. I thought he had his opportunity broadsiding.
He definitely, you know what, can I just say, when Linebacker is highballing in front, he's rock hard fit. Well, not in front, but he goes forward.
Yeah.
He's very hard to run down. I thought the runs of broadsiding and Swift Falcon were really, really good. But you know what? Let's go. Tell us what you think of the map.
Map looks pretty good. Average to above average pace. I got Checkmate, Majorca Sunset, Gold Rush Guru, all wanting to show speed. Swift Falcon will sit out the back. Even though they've drawn gate 4, which looks attractive, I think they'll still sit, sprint. That's their style. Aliana, gate 1, looks a little bit tricky, but I think somewhere along the fence will be suitable. And the map doesn't look too bad from gate 9 for broadsiding. He can sort of come across. He's got Gold Rush Guru and Majorca Sunset to his inside. He's got Burn and Win, $151 shot to his direct inside. I think he'll beat him out of the gates. And then he can sort of follow Gold Rush Guru and Majorca Sunset across. Standard JMac procedure usually finds the 1-1, and this time I think he can find
in the 1-1.
Yeah, he can find the 1-1 or the 2-1. But running line looks to be suitable, I think. And yeah, I think the trick here with taking to evens is the race shape and the tempo. We often say fast race shape suits back markers, which I don't always think is the case because they can get run off their feet.
Correct.
But a slow race shape here, Swift Falcon could be a coil if they just sort of sit, and he gets on the back of broadsiding. Yeah, he can make it a race and he can sprint better than broadsiding, I think. I think the key to broadsiding's chances.
Okay. You think he's got the better sprint?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's just sat behind broadsiding too far back. He sprinted better than him in the Ranvet Guineas, but had to concede 2 lengths. First up in the race at Rosehill that broadsiding won. Swift Falcon finished stronger than, but also settled further back. So I think if they go slow and he's sort of within a length, I think he can go as well as broadsiding over the final 200. I'd be very nervous if
he has been a horse I've always had a huge opinion of.
Super talented. I was hoping they'd go to the Doncaster, but I mean the Hawks can still use this 2,000 back to mile platform.
Can I tell you, it's been a proven formula.
Yeah.
In the past, and they've definitely done it in the past. I think I love that 3-year-old, the 2,000 back to the Randwick mile. Definitely a chance that's what they could look to do with these horses.
Yeah. I think it's a 2-horse race. $5.50 Gold Rush Guru. I'd give you double figures.
Yeah, fuck, I've got no interest in him.
$5.50.
I will say I thought Alenia was definitely doing its best work late. I just think these other two are probably superior animals.
Yeah, I agree. She needs to find a fillies race. I think she can't match it with the boys.
In saying that, in looking at this, I can't steam into evens broadsiding. Because I do think Swift, it's been the flashing light run. And I do think this horse could have the ability. And I think if whatever goes right, Swift Falcon can beat it.
Agree.
I would almost, and I want to just wait and see, but at those prices, I would almost equally stake both and just hope Swift Falcon wins and
and
chop out on
yeah.
broadsiding and have it there. I don't think anything else in this race can win.
Mhm.
I think it's a genuine 2-horse race.
Yeah,
And I'm almost guaranteed I think they'll run one too.
yeah.
Alenia could maybe get in the middle of one of them. I've got no interest in any of the other horses. It's
Yeah, I'm with you. They look the two class animals, and I think we're getting a price to get on both.
Well, yeah, you are. You definitely are.
Mm.
But I definitely, to all the broadsiding fans that love to dive into it, I'm not steering you off it. I do think Swift Falcon could beat it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I do think out of the current prices, it's the more value of the two. Yeah, that's my opinion. All right, we move on to the George Ryder. This is an interesting race. I know we've both landed on the same horse, and we'll get to what it is in a second. But we start off with Fangirl at the $3.10.
Yeah.
You've then got Royal Patronage, which was a great run last start, $4.20 best around.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Kitten, remove the balls, has become a horse.
All-Star Mile winner.
He's All-Star Mile winner. His run first up was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Can he do it the Sydney way of going up here, like the way he's going? Cheo Wolf had the setback, was absolutely flying last prep. First up run, definitely a pass mark.
Yeah.
And Steffi Magnetica, one thing with poor Zach Lloyd, I shouldn't say poor Zach Lloyd, and I'm a huge fan of him. He can either ride them unbelievably well, but sometimes he can just get posted extremely wide, and when he's out there, it can look like a train wreck.
Yeah.
And that was an example of that. Mm-hmm. But as I said, I'm a huge fan of Zach, but just be very wary with him in wide gate sometimes.
Yeah, agree.
As I've said in the past.
Yeah.
Give us the map, my man.
So the speed in this race, I've got Royal Patronage leading with Gringotts to its outside. They should get control and be able to go at a tempo that suits them. Buckaroo, Gate 1, can settle in the box seat. But then there's a lot of back markers here. Fangirl, Tom Kitten, Militarize. Steffi Magnetica from Gate 5, I think, can utilise its better gate to settle midfield. But, I'm not sure about Chill Wolf. Gate 2, it could be a bit of a hindrance more than a good draw, I think, for that horse. I think that horse prefers sitting in a midfield position, and it could get strung up from Gate 2. Any thoughts here, Mace, on the George Ryder?
Yeah, mate, highly interesting race. Yes, poor Steffi Magnetica was very wide last start.
Mm-hmm.
Zachy boy has he sometimes can get caught a little bit wide. He's a freak of a jockey when he's on.
Yeah.
Wide gates can be a little bit of a worry.
Yeah.
I can definitely see it bouncing back. I don't think he'll be winning here.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting race. I don't think there's many mares going better than this horse Fangirl right now. Yeah. I think she's by far the horse to beat.
Mm-hmm.
Barrier 9. I just thought the run to Via Sestina last start was huge. The win first up was enormous.
Yep.
I just think she's the best horse in the race.
Head and shoulders, yeah.
She's the best horse in the race, and obviously as she's the mare, she gets 2 kilos off him.
Yep.
It's just, yeah, I've got a clear top pick. I think you go back to that race, the Royal Patronage race, where it played up the inside.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tom Kitten is just absolutely, he's airborne. I want to see him come here and then do it Sydney way of going.
Mm-hmm.
Cheo Wolf had the setback. What was the setback?
Had an abrasion, I think, or some sort of cut. I can't really recall, but it was scratched, and then that's why it ran into the Canterbury. And then I think they used that Canterbury as a platform for the George Ryder, and then they still want to get fourth up to the Queen Elizabeth. So I still think the Queen Elizabeth is its target. But that setback has just sort of made me, I don't want to take $5.50 with some queries. It did beat Fangirl when Fangirl wasn't at its best last preparation, won the King Charles, beast of a horse.
Beast of a horse.
Yeah, but yeah, setback. And you could argue that Ranvet is where it's best at, winning a King Charles and winning an Epsom as well. So yeah, $5.50 leave me out of, but $3.20 Fangirl. I'm happy to dive into the shorts. Big runs at over.
But so it's not even that
tracking
short. I
distance.
think for a horse of her quality, she's so good over the mile, 1,500 meters. This is a pet trip.
Her 2 runs at this trip are second to I Wish I Win in a Golden Eagle and second to Animo in a George Ryder. Like proper horses. Then it's last start second to Via Sistina.
And she's a dead set dry tracker. She likes it dry.
Yeah,
She likes it soft. Doesn't mind soft. Doesn't go under wet. Like dry is what suits.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make a little bit of a prediction of a horse to show some serious improvement again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he wants to track too hard. But it just completely wasn't suited, and I hope that this don't go too slow. I reckon the Celestial Legend, it is 80 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be surprised to see this horse potentially run a place.
Yeah. You got Hugh Bowman in town for the ride.
Huey's here. He's got a good ride for Leasy and Slipper, which we'll talk about next.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a very good defender. He had a couple of okay runs last prep. When he won the Doncaster, it was flying. And I remember the first up run, people weren't sure last prep, and he came out second up and won like a good horse.
Yeah.
It was a real good win. And then he went into the Doncaster and won.
Mm-hmm.
This is a top class animal. What are they setting him for? Is
Doncaster, right? Like, I don't
but he's
know.
probably
But
going to.
poorly weighted.
He's going to be poorly weighted in that. Like, is he going Queen Elizabeth? Is he going to stretch into there? I don't know if he'll run the 2000. It's a tricky one. I'm not sure 100% what he's. Lesbridge is really good at getting him right on there.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon this could be the forgotten about horse.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's
not so much to win, but I definitely think it can run a place, and it's 80 to 1.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, I can't talk you out of 80 to 1 shots. There's a few. Yeah, I want to be against Cheerwolf. Like, there's edges in the market that I think are being taken up by too many horses. Tom Kidden's a bit short, 650. Yes, it won a ride at the Melbourne, but coming up to Sydney, I think against these style of horses, I think Fangirl has its measure.
I just think Fangirl in this race, fuck.
320.
Is the barrier 9 why it's the price? Because of the map? Like, I would have to mark this horse $2.20, almost even.
I'd take down to 260.
Which means you're probably marking it around 220 mark.
Yeah, I'd be happy to be on at that. Steffi Magnetica could entertain a place. It's the big improver. I did like the trial before the fresh run. And then it sort of got the SP in the Canterbury Stakes. It was 550. Complete forget it even went around. Draws nice trial.
Another horse that could run a cheeky race first up. It's got ability on its days. Buckaroo. Nice enough trial.
Mm-hmm.
Inside gate. Frosty Lane. I think he rides all right.
Yeah, he's pretty good, I think.
He's not bad. All right. Let's move on to as many as Route 1s, but the major feature of the day, Golden Slipper.
Mm-hmm.
Not one of the best slippers. I don't think we've said this has definitely not been a very good batch of 2-year-olds from what we've seen early. Whether we see something late, I don't know. But at this point, I definitely don't think it's a crop. And I think we said that 5 weeks ago. Yet to see anything stand up. I think we know. I think about 5 or 6 weeks ago, I said I thought the 2 best horses around were Wadton and Wester Swindon. And I'm still, roughly there. But tell me, where's the speed? How fast is it going to go? Let's go.
They're going to fly like for 2-year-olds, but I think they're going to go like the clappers, really. Like North England, Devil Knight, Military Tycoon, Bellazane, Bay Watched, and Farsighted, King of Pop Out Wide, won well at Canberra. Skyhook led last start. God, if they try to lead on Skyhook as well, there's just another leader. Yeah, they're going to absolutely fly here, I think, for the first 600. And then I think the last 600, they're going to absolutely die, I think, because of the speed that they're going to travel at. The favourites, Map Low, Woderton, Gate 2, Tempted, Gate 1, Rivellino, Nice, Gate 3, West of Swindon, Gate 4, and Tycoon Star, Gate 5. I think they're the 5 that I wanted to hone in on when doing my form, and as did the market. But I'll let you start first. I didn't have a strong opinion. I liked one each way, but yeah.
I am in agreement. I think, especially if the races run, like a lot of the time, these slippers are always run. They're 2-year-olds, Group 1, they go fast.
Mm-hmm.
I think we said before its ever first race, sent it out in the BTFU chat, back Wadton in the early markets. I said, take the early market, it was $17. So it's currently 5. There's 6 around. We've done our job there. That's something. So beautiful. I still think it's the horse to beat. One of our members in the chat knows one of the owners of Wadton. He's passed on most of the messages that Waller said pre-race. I know Waller said to the owners last start before the race, he can win today. He's not here to win today.
Yep.
I'm not pushing you to bet. Our grand final is in 2 weeks.
Yep.
And I think my only fear was the day that Kieran gave him a very sore back and it was a ginormous run. And I just hope it didn't break the horse. Because I definitely did think he raced a little bit flat last start. Just a little bit. Now, I'm putting 100% faith in that Waller is still arguably is the best trainer in the country. You've got James, who is the best jockey in the country, and I still think he's arguably the best 2-year-old we've seen so far. So, and I think now that you're getting the $6, I don't think he's a bad price in this race, in what's a very open race. But his maps well. He's just, and he's got the winkers on as well. And from all reports, they put the winkers on him in the gallop, and it improved him greatly. I hate this saying, ticking all the boxes, but he definitely does. He ticks all the boxes. Waller, gate well, James, runs good, grand final day. It's top pick for me. My next pick is a horse that I have been on. I think it's last 2 starts that I've been quite confident in Rivellino. I do think it could be better over. I think he'll be the one that will definitely get further out of a lot of these. You'll probably see him again next start in the 1400. His win the other day was good. All of his wins have been good. I'm a little bit. He's drawn inside. And they're going to go faster, string out. One thing is Huey suits these sort of horses. Huey and Lee's they've had a lot of results in big races together. I love that Huey's flown back to rode it. It is definitely my clear second pick. I think the $11 might even get a little bit better. I just hope he finds room because he looks like a bit of a leggy horse and he needs room. That's my only worry about the inside. Huey will find a way. I think the value and the forgotten horse due to the setbacks, and you never want to see setbacks. A while ago I said there's 2 horses alike, Wadton and Wester Swindon. The trial between the runs was good. He did go to the races the other day. He has been scratched twice of day of race, which is never a good sign. But at the moment it's around $34 and it looks like you're probably going to get 40s to find out. They're my top 3. Tempted's definitely a chance. You can't have all of them. Skyhook's a chance. I don't want to. They're my 3. I'm sticking with those 3. Wadton, Rivellino, Wester Swindon.
Sweet. I'll be on Tycoon Star, number 4. Tipped it in the Blue Diamond. It was the run of the race with Tempted. Tempted was held up, very luckless, but Tycoon Star out the back. They didn't go very quick and it was unsuited by the race shape. Flew to the line. Then it went up to Randwick in the Todman Stakes, was wide no cover, couldn't really do much and just sort of plugged along, beaten a length. But I think gate 5, Mark Zara aboard. I think it's going to get a great run. I think it'll be strong late. $19 each way all day for me. I'll keep it short.
Keep it short and sweet. Love it.
I agree with all the ticks on Woderton. My reservation to date is its best run was that soft 7 track.
It was on that soft 7.
And getting to that firm surface. But $6 I could probably chop
the
out
day when he was an awful, the day of K-Max saw back, that was a big run for a 2-year-old.
Big run, concede that.
That was dry. But I do understand your point, definitely. His most appealing run was when he won on debut. And yes, he probably didn't beat Field, but yes. I agree with all that, putting a lot of faith. Now, this is one interesting race.
Love it. I love the Galaxy every year.
It's just such a it just brings such a good race.
And it's been a good race, I think, to me. But love it.
It's so we've got Private Harry, and I want to give a quick mention to Corinda Bloodstock who have it. They reached out to us. Love what we're doing on the show. want to chat about the horse. They are so open about talk. They're so excited. This horse, and good luck to the owners that have bought into him.
Oh yeah.
And can I just say, Nathan Doyle, what a fantastic trainer.
Yeah.
Very good up and coming trainer. I'm going to quickly play just for you fans, and I've put it in the BTFU chat. But this is the comments from the trainer to the owners.
We couldn't be happier going into this Saturday's Galaxy with Private Harry. He has had a flawless preparation, all prep, coming off the back of just a short 10-day let-up. He's had 2 nice trials. His work on Tuesday morning was absolutely fantastic. Last box ticked there. He's pulled up great. The weather looks good, and we're down in the weights with a good barrier with a jockey that knows him. So very respectful of the opposition here. They don't give Group 1 races away, but he's in very good order. And if he's at his absolute best on the day, it'll take a very good one to beat him.
This is a horse with serious ability.
Yeah.
But like just quickly, he's won 4 races. So he won a Super Maiden. He then went to a benchmark 64. He's gone to a 72. And then I think he won an open class race.
The Magic Million Sunlight.
It's the Magic Million Sunlight. Great. And he pissed in there. But which is a restricted the Magic Millions horses.
Yeah.
So when you look at the form today, it isn't overly exciting, but it's the way in which he's been able to do it.
Oh, just dominant every start.
But can I just say, we then look at a horse like Mizzou. And yes, he's definitely coming towards the end of his career. But he's a horse that's won 8 million, almost 9 million in prize money.
Yeah.
You've got another one like Uncommon James. You've got I Am East, like genuine Group 1 horse. Growing Empire, arguably genuine Group 1 younger horse. Front Page, tough as nails.
Yeah.
It's when you say it's interesting, you see these sprint races like Galaxies and that, and you get these young, good sprinters, and they come up against these older, tested, tough. That sometimes are not always at the best of their career, but they are tough. Like also like Front Page, man, they are tough as nails, and it's almost like when in comparing it to footy, it's like you get these flashy. Yeah. And I think punters look and they find these like flashy jersey flag players that look like superstars against their own age or going through the grades. And then they go, welcome to New South Wales Cup.
Yeah.
We mightn't be the cream of the crop anymore.
Yeah.
But we're still hard and tough horses.
100%.
Agree. And as much as I'm making this statement, I'm going with the 2 up and coming horses. But before we do it, I just wanted to say that let's do the map.
Yeah. They're going to fly here. Very, very quick. Time to Boogie, Front Page, Private Harry, Growing Empire, Estriella. They've ridden it with a sit, but typically it does like to sit up on speed. And Eagle's Nest on the week back up after you tipped it well, Mace. I Am Me, drawn low, just get a sit in behind him. But speed looks above average. I think a few of those that I've mentioned may drop out. Growing Empire may sit back. I Am Me may sit back. But I think Time to Boogie and Front Page will be your 2 leaders turning. Hopefully Ash Morgan can get a nice sit on Private Harry just in behind those 2. I think that'll be most beneficial to its chances. I think if it tries to sit with them.
As the show is named, in the 1-1 would be out like just absolutely perfect for this horse.
Agree completely. And I'm with you. Private Harry, horse is airborne. Horse has been good to us so far. Was on it at Magic Moon Sunlight, was on it at Hawkesbury, was on it on debut, keeps winning, keeps showing that it can rise to the occasion. 53 kilos, nice map. And Nathan Doyle's a great trainer, really undervalued trainer in the market, but he's really, really, really good.
What? Undervalued in town, probably. He's heavily respected.
Well found at Newcastles and provincials, but
and he's been an absolute genius with getting tried horses, and it's really good to see him get a really good young one where he's got from the very start.
Yeah,
I think my grandfather who got me into racing, he's touted him as the next Chris Lees.
Yeah,
so big rap. Very big rap, but I think he's making a very big name for himself up at Newcastle. I think he's a very, very top class trainer.
100% agree with you. I think there's one that I want to be on each way. Love the way it won first up, and that's number 5, Jetta Bill. That win at Randwick was really, really impressive. Trying to find a run, held up to the 200, and then once it got clear, it just burst late. Really impressive. It's going to have a trickier map this time, and Tom Marquand, but if they do it too quick up front, I think it can run into a hole. But hopefully Private Harry's off and gone by that stage.
Yeah. I think he's going to be, can I just say, speaking to the connections, he's going first up here, and they are uber confident that they said the things that this horse is doing in track work is just insane. It's going from here to a TJ and then the Ascot. Yeah. So which is so exciting for connections.
100%.
Little Newcastle trained horse.
Yeah, to have a horse that's going to ask. Yeah.
Yeah, where they believe, and that's where they think it's on the trajectory. So you can, it's just crazy, like when you do think about it though, that if you've got horses with the sort of form that these have, and then you've got a horse like this that's $3.30, I think he's definitely found in the market. I couldn't take any lower than what he is. And it's due to the fact that there is so much pace. I think if he can sit, it's just going to be interesting to see where he settles and how he takes it. Like, and it settles in a race. This is going to be by far his toughest test to date. He's going to know he's in a race.
Yeah.
I think this horse is very, very, very special. And as I made note last week, I've been waiting for a horse. Everyone that's probably watched this show and has anything to do with me in betting knows that I'm a massive trial perv. New South Wales racing trials is like Pornhub. And every now and then you'll see a horse trial and you just go, I don't care what you're in, I'm on you. I have to be on you. And that was Briasa. It beat Eagle's Nest in the trial. It went past Eagle's Nest and they ran serious time, and it went past it like it was in second gear. And I just went. And I remember I tipped this horse last prep in the far easier race, and there was a fair few smart judges that were like, can't be on it first up at 1100, as it always looked like it was more of a 13 to 1400 metre horse, at least 12. And I just said, the one trial, I think the 1100 would be perfect. Now this thug, they are going to go far faster, but I do think it's got enough pace. It's just where it's going to be from the barrier 15 is a query. But I love that it's got no weight on its back. It's about $7 now. You may get better on the day. It's one of those tricky ones. You really want to see what the track's doing. If the track is fair enough, I'm not going to bet too hard. It's not a truck loading race, but I still think these two horses I definitely want to be on. I'm going to equal stake them. I'm equal staking Briasa and Private Harry. I genuinely feel like both of these horses are TJ horses.
Oh, yeah, with the current crop. I wish everyone's retired. There's horses that need to step up. I think these two are the two that can do that.
I really think these are two top class sprinters. I just think Briasa might have come back 5 lengths better. I really do. Like, I know he trialled enormous. Like, man, the way that this horse trialled, I was just wow. Aside from that, Growing Empire,
I'm against it.
Yeah, I don't want to be on it here.
Too short. I'd mark it double figures. Growing Empire, I just don't think it's stood up. And it's 2 straight track runs. The form line you're taking into a Galaxy, I don't think is the right form. Yeah,
there's one other horse I'm interested in if it gets the run, and it's currently not in there at the moment, is Commemorative. If it does get the run, I just want to make a comment because it is in the market, so we should talk about it. Tipped it last start, and the reason I'm making note of that, it was a huge run first up on the inside, had to weave its way. Mate, she's big. She's like Beyonce. She is she's a Serena Williams. She is a big, strong girl. And the big thing that she had last start, she went from the inside draw to the outside draw, and she needs room for revs. If she does get in this race, my one concern is that she is on the inside. So unless they are getting off the fence and she gets room, she's a horse that likes to build in her run. the fact that she is such a big girl and she's going to have 51 kilos on her back, if she does get in, you'd still need to consider her. But I'm keen Briasa Private Harry.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm making Briasa obviously more the result, but I just see, and they're two horses, and I think they're two horses that they're going to you want to follow.
Absolutely. Agree.
And we're not doing race 10, so let's move into, although, did you look at race 10 at all?
No, not with commemorative coming out. I sort of looked on. Outback Miss ran second to it last start, deserved favourite, but
just quickly on this race for everyone that is betting, I'll just make two quick notes. Coco Jumbo, horse goes really well first up. Love the trial. Rose Bloom, like the trial. There's a bit of money for it on debut when it had first start for Waller in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
It was on, I'm pretty sure, leader bias track. Never really got into it. Having its second preparation in Australia, trials have been nice, and the booking of J-Mac might be half a lead, $8.50.
Yeah.
Just $8 and $10 definitely could be worth having something on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go straight into the best bets.
Sweet. Best bets this week. Rosehill, race 4, number 3, Autumn Glow. I think this horse is just a class above this field. The trials have been nice, and I think you might get better. So just hold off on the $1.85. I think you might see evens, but I think it should be too good. Then we'll go to Rosehill, race 8, the Golden Slipper. Number 4, Tycoon Star on an each-way basis. I think this horse is ready to peak. Mark Zara on its run in the Blue Diamond was enormous, and if it can get the gaps at the right time, hopefully it can win for us, but I'll take a placing as well. And then Rosehill, race 9, number 13, Private Harry. I think this horse is the up-and-coming sprinting star, hopefully. It's going to get a nice map and go bang, hopefully. Mace.
And now for our best bets this week, brought to you by Underground Clothing. We're at Rosehill. I'm starting with race 1. It's a wonder, and it's a wonder it didn't get much room in the straight last start. You're getting around the $6 mark each way. Should get clear room here, and I think if she does, she'll be extremely hard to beat. We move on to race 3. Now, talking about a horse that didn't get room, that was Athabascan. It is still not out. Gets up to the 2,400. I know this is a horse I think John O'Shea's had a huge opinion of from a long time, and all reports are he's pretty bullish. It's third up now, rock hard fit. I think $6 each way, great bet. We move along, race 4, number 3, Autumn Glow. This is a horse that's been extremely good to the BTFU followers. It is a class animal. I loved its trials to date, and I think even money. I think for all you multi-anchor punters, that's your anchor leg of the day. I'm going to stick with that theme. Race 7, number 10, Fangirl, Waller Stable. I don't think there's a mare going much better than her. I thought a run to Via Sistina, who was now regarded Australia's best racehorse. There was nothing between them. I think she finds a far easier race here. And I think we're probably getting a bit of value at the 330 just because she's drawn Briasa 9. There doesn't look to be a heap of pace. James can overcome that. This horse is airborne. And we finish off with race 9. I'm going a 2-horse play here. Number 11, Briasa, and number 13, Private Harry. You won't see a better trial than what Briasa did the other day. I think he will sit there. They're going to go quick, and he could be steaming over the top. Private Harry, super lightly raced, but this horse has got oodles of ability, and I reckon within 3 starts it could be an Ascot. That's it, and good luck and happy punting.
Cheers.
What are you prepared to lose today? Set a deposit limit. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.